If you can promise a result faster than the next person, right, you get the right to charge more. Like people already understand that logic. People do it every day. They got a trip coming up. They ordered the package. They don't expect the vendor to put extra stuff in the box. They just want it to get there faster, right? So one component of premium pricing is how can I provide a service relative to my industry peers and get my clients a desired result faster, which is why if you look at my bio right now, I help people achieve financial independence 3 times faster than traditional financial advice. It's a reason why people pay me what they pay me, because your other Instagram guru is telling you to invest $400 a month for 40 years, right? I'm telling you that I can get you to your financial independence target at least 3 times faster. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Melanin Money Show. And yes, let's go ahead and call the elephant in the room. Your boy is suited and booted, power tie, pinch. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all the first financial hack of the day. So I got married in 2015 and I got flack back then. People was like, yo, you're not gonna get no crazy tuxedo, boom, boom, boom. I was like, weddings one day. I said, I'm gonna get a suit that I can wear 5-6 years from now. And I said it, people probably just thought like, okay, sounds good. When you wear timeless clothing and you stay in shape, you can save money on clothes. This is my wedding suit from 2015. Financial hack. My quality time. Shout out to Suit Supply. Suit Supply. We know we haven't been really trying to reach out to clothing sponsors, but we'll take it. We got to get dressed. Carter's, deserves the Mauve partnership. I'll take that too. But Suit Supply, if you want to sponsor your boy, I might wear some more suits on the pod. But anyway, Carter, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. I definitely did not get the suited and booted memo.
Diversity, you know what I'm saying? Gotta, it's a spectrum, you know what I mean? We relate to everybody. We relate to everybody. But now it's the top of the year and, everybody's got their goals that they're planning out and they're like trying to get to the bag. But you actually shared something on your stories recently. What's her Instagram name? Hey, Berna.
Hey, Berna. Yeah.
Hey, Berna, right? And she was talking about how last year she probably worked the least and made the most, right? So subconscious. Now, here's the power of the subconscious mind. When we originally thought of this topic, I was not thinking about that.
Yeah, you just brought up on like that was actually a good point. Yeah,
but subconsciously, right? She got me thinking, like, man, what can I do in 2023 to continue to hit the revenue goals I want, but also not have to increase the workload? Right now, we're not saying that life's a beach and you can be on the be in the sand sipping Mai Tais all day long. We're not saying that. What we are saying is we have to detach from the hustle culture mentality, right? That you can make the money you want to make without burning yourself out. So we thought a great topic for today would be how to double your revenue and work part-time in 2023.
Yes, sir, man. That sounds good to me. Okay.
I already know. I'm 1 foot in over in Colombia.
Yeah, man. Again, we want financial freedom, but I think we can never forget the ultimate luxury, which is time freedom and location freedom. So, finding out ways to make more money but work less is the ultimate goal. Being a business owner, in my humble opinion. So I think we'll give them some game, we'll give them some sauce on how they can do it too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about today's episode.
So, because I'll try to keep up with my people's content. So you posted something recently too about like financial freedom as an entrepreneur, but was it also about time freedom? Is that what you were talking about on one of your posts?
Yeah. Just, time freedom and location freedom is the goal, right? And we can't forget that that's what we're after. So like grinding is cool, but how can we work less and make more? Because if you think about it, like, Mark Cuban is not running around like a chicken with his head cut off, yet he's making billions of dollars, right? But, starting out entrepreneurs are sleep deprived, like running around, doing this, doing that, and they're making less. So I just feel like it's only right that we give the people some strategies, some hacks, some tactics on how they can make more money and work less. To be honest, we don't work as hard in our businesses today as we did when we first started.
Yep. And so let's dive right into some prerequisites. Number one, and we say this all the time, guys, you have to invest in yourself, right? Like you can't expect someone to pay you premium pricing if you haven't paid premium pricing, right? Because it's the mindset. And I can tell, and I know this to be true. Let me tell you how I know this to be true. In 2017, when I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have the subscription model financial planning firm, right? I'm gonna be the Netflix of wealth building. That's what I was telling myself, right? here's what I didn't think about. Netflix is a software. It's a technology, right? You can watch as much content as you want to watch. I was actually talking to people. So I started doing the math. I'm like, wait, so I was getting happy. I was getting my little, and if you was on the top level, you was paying me $150 a month. You know what I'm saying? $800 a year. I'm lit. Right. Because in my mind, I'm thinking Netflix is like $20, $50. Yeah. At the time it was $10. And I'm charging $150 Netflix. What? Oh gosh. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking $150, I'm gonna blow it up. And I got 20 clients. I started getting a little tired. I was like, wait. I started doing some math, you know what I'm saying? That Miami math where you pull out the calculator. I'm like, wait.
Pull the napkin.
Wait. So I gotta start how many people to make oh hell no. So I had to start unraveling like that business model because it wasn't going to be sustainable, right? But here's the thing. I didn't wake up in 2017 and say, I no longer want to charge $150 a month. I'm going to charge $1,500 a month. It was a process. And that process was personal development. So fast forward 2 years later, right? I met this guy, big head dude, you know what I'm saying? He's in shape or whatever, but dude got a head on him. I was at a financial conference. You know what I'm saying? And I met this dude. I was like, man, who's this little big waterhead joker? It was Carter. Right? We were both investing in ourselves. And at the time, y'all probably have heard pieces of this story if y'all followed our journey in doing business together. But we were at that conference because we were trying to invest in ourselves, level up our business. And I remember like it was yesterday. And truth be told, to this day, that would still be a good rate for a client, right? Relative to industry standards. And Carter called me. He's like, yo, bro, I just got this client. I think it was like $2,000, $2,500 a month or whatever it was. Yeah. And I was celebrating like it was my client. Yeah. I was like, yo, $25 a month. I just didn't make that a year for a client. And because we had been going back and forth with masterminding and investing ourselves to add value so that value we could convey to our clients to where it was easy to ask for that price, right? And truth be told, $2,500 today is not bad money. It's actually really good money. But I say that to say, he was able to get to that point to charge that amount because of the self-development first. It wasn't like, I want to make more, I want to charge more. It's not a switch, right? You have to develop yourself first.
Yeah, and I think you got a little bit ahead of us, GA, because people need to know like how to the way to work more. The way to make more and work less is through premium pricing, right? It's through premium pricing. So the reason why a lot of people work hard, a lot of hours and don't make a lot of money because they're not charging enough, right? So the ultimate key to doubling your money and working half the time is to charge more and charge premium pricing. But to your point, you can't charge premium prices if you haven't developed yourself to be worth premium pricing, right? Because money always follows value. You have to make yourself a more valuable person in order to be able to charge premium pricing. And the thing that I think entrepreneurs need to do, all of us need to charge more, right? All of us need to raise our prices and all of us need to understand our true worth. Here's the problem with that. If you raise your prices, but you don't believe in your new prices, the client is definitely not going to believe in your new prices.
What's going on, guys? My name is George Acheampong.
I'm Jacqueline Shattuck.
And I'm Carter Cofield.
And we are the founders of Melanin Money. And the reason why we started Melanin Money is because we know that there's a great disparity when it comes to building wealth among people of color. We have a tremendous mission that we want you guys to join, right? Every single year, we want to help at least 1,000 people improve their net worth by $100,000, which will create $100 million of new Black wealth every single year.
Can you imagine $100 million of new Black wealth every year? As it stands right now, for every $1 that a white family has, a Black family has a mere 10 cents to match that dollar. We want to increase the wealth in the Black community so that we can have equal opportunities.
Simply put, we're about closing the wealth gap, and it starts with you.
So, see you inside.
If you were charged $100 yesterday and you come to a meeting today talking about some 1,000, maybe.
Right. I mean, if you're comfortable with it, you can split it up amongst 3 payments, and if you have to, it ain't.
Yeah, right. I'm not doing that. So I think when it comes to charging premium pricing, there's layers in being ordered to do so. And the first layer, to your point, is like investing in yourself, because the more you invest in yourself, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you become, the more that you're able to charge for that value. I was reading a quote the other day. It says, I know how much you love yourself by how much you invest in yourself.
Ooh,
right. So yeah. I said,
flip that up.
I can tell how much you love yourself by how much you invest in yourself, right? So if you're investing in yourself, like if you invest $10,000 in your personal development and training and education to become better at the services you provide, it's easy for you to charge somebody $10,000 for the year because you just paid $10,000 for the year. But if you didn't pay it, you can't charge it. So I think the first route to charging premium pricing is investing in yourself and becoming the person that is worth that premium dollar.
Speaking of premium pricing and investing in yourself, it's one of my most popular reels. When I was telling you guys about one of my coaches that I hired in 2020, and he gave me this gem that stuck with me. He said, every time I pay, I get paid. Every time I pay, I get paid. And it literally works that way, because when you hold on so tight to your money, right, you're subconsciously creating the belief system that I don't have the power to attract more. So I have to hoard it and I have to hold on to it. Right. So when you are willingly and freely willing to invest, give, generosity, abundance, it's impossible not to attract that back to you. Carter, how many times have you dropped a bag on something, whether it's because you want to invest in yourself or just in the spirit of generosity and abundance, and you got that bag back tenfold? You weren't expecting, you weren't like calculating like, man, I'm about to spend this 10,000. I better get 20 back. But it just happened. I can't explain it, right? It just happens.
And that's how it should happen, right? You don't use the people and love the money. You use the money to love the people, right? So I think that if we operate in that spirit of abundance, I think it goes even with paying your team. Like, I love paying my team because I look at every one of them like an investment, and I know I'm gonna make that money back because they're happy, which makes the business happy. But I think the first part, like we just said, is invest. In order to charge premium pricing, if you want to double your revenue and work half the time, because here's the thing about premium pricing. Like if you're charging, let's say $1,000 per client, it's going to take you 100 clients to get to $100,000. If you simply go from charging $1,000, charging $2,000, you now just doubled your pricing per client, and you just cut your work down from 100 clients down to 50 clients. So you're doing half the work, and you're making the same amount of money. And here's the crazy part. Let's say you double your prices and half your clients leave. Well, guess what just happened? You're making the same amount of money, but you're now working half the time, right? So that's the beauty of premium pricing and really leveling up and within our business.
Facts. All right. So now that we've level set it, that the key to making more and working less is premium pricing. Let's get into the 4 components of being able to charge premium pricing. All right. What's up, guys? Congratulations on joining Team Black Wealth. But we'd be remiss if we didn't give you a uniform as an official player on the team. So head over to shop.melaninmoney.com and grab your official uniform for Wealth Builders Uncovered. We'll see y'all in practice. The first one is speed. Okay. So let me give you a real simple example, right? So if you order something from Amazon, and assuming you don't have Amazon Prime, to make this analogy make sense, and all y'all probably got Prime, right? You get some shipping options. The shipping options are, 5 days, 2 days, next day. You want that package, you choose next day. So what happens? You pay a little bit more. Now, do you expect them to add an extra shirt or extra product to the package because you want it faster? No, you're paying for the speed of the result, right? I want my package faster, and that's what I'm paying for. So when you think about in business, right, if you can promise a result faster than the next person, right, you get the right to charge more. Like, people already understand that logic. People do it every day. They got a trip coming up. They order the package. They don't expect the vendor to put extra stuff in the box. They just want it to get there faster, right? So one component of premium pricing is, how can I provide a service relative to my industry peers and get my clients a desired result faster? Which is why, if you look at my bio right now, I help people achieve financial independence 3 times faster than traditional financial advice. It's a reason why people pay me what they pay me, because your other Instagram guru is telling you to invest $400 a month for 40 years, right? I'm telling you that I can get you to your financial independence target at least three times faster, right? So that's why I get the right to charge them. Carter, anything you want to add there?
No, I think that success loves speed. Speed is like if our most valuable asset is time, then if you can promise somebody you can save them their most valuable asset, then they're going to pay you because if money's the second most valuable asset, then they're willing to trade you the second most valuable asset to get the first most valuable asset, which is time. So getting people to that result faster will always, net you out earning more money. So I think having that speed component. So ask yourself, what can you do to provide your client the result faster? And here's the biggest difference between entrepreneurs and employees. As employees, we're taught the longer we work, the more money we make, right? The more hours I put in this job or, in this company, the more they're going to pay me. Well, the client doesn't want it to take you forever to do the product or service. They're like, if you can get me to this destination fast, I'll pay you whatever you want. And so we have to start thinking like that.
Right. It's the reason why plastic surgeons make more than personal trainers. I'm not saying that you should get plastic surgery. I'm just saying that's just how the way the world works, right? People want speed. They want higher likelihood of achieved outcome. And speaking of speed and time being your most valuable asset, I have this saying that I stand by is that the value of anything is the amount of life you're willing to trade for, right? And so if time is your most precious resource, and I'm saying, hey, look, you're going to be able to trade less of your life, right? Less of your time for this outcome. I'm pretty sure the cost is priceless, right? So the number one component of premium pricing, or the first, I should say, they're all important, is speed. What's going on, guys? I'm George.
I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm Carter.
And we are your money mentors. But today we wanted to talk to you about a really special feature, Financial Flicks. Can you imagine an entire on-demand library of financial content across three main categories: wealth building, entrepreneurship, and personal finance, so that you can take your finances to the next level?
Guys, when you replace entertainment with education, your life will change forever. Imagine replacing 1 hour of Netflix with 1 hour of Financial Flicks. Imagine how much further that could take you to your financial destination. And we have the perfect library for you.
Yeah, so if you're ready to Financial Flicks and chill with us to put more of your energy into education, then join us in the club. We can't wait to see you there.
See you there. The second one is, let me give you another example real quick. So VIP for my party goers, VIP skip line, right? It's cold outside. You want to do what? You want to be able to get in the door. It's all around you. Once you just kind of pay attention to it, you'll start to see like, yeah, you're right. I do pay VIP because I want to be able to, get in the club faster, right? And we're going to keep that analogy all the way throughout the rest of these other three components, and it'll make sense. All right. Now, number two is experience, right? Experience. You can charge more if you provide a better experience, right? So
let me get this first example, because I know I just did it last night. So as we talked about, I'm flying to Colombia tomorrow because I was supposed to be flying today, but I forgot to book my flight. As I'm on the phone with the flight attendant yesterday, she told me that a flight straight there is going to be about $400. I'm like, all right, one stop, whatever. But I was like, well, if I'm gonna be traveling for 7 hours, I want it to be a great experience. So how much is the first class flight? She was like, it's gonna be about $1,000. I was like, okay, give me that. Because I know I want to have a great experience traveling to another country. And I'm willing to pay more than double what the regular experience costs to get a better experience. So this is just an example. Like, there's a reason why first class flights are more expensive than main cabin flights. The plane's going to the same place. And guess what? The plane's getting there at the same time. The plane's getting there at the same time. So why do people pay first class versus business class? Because they want the experience. They want like Steve Harvey meme. Book you a first class flight. You get the towel.
Use that audio. Right?
Yeah. Get the towel. They lay your seat back. Get a washcloth. Like, you're paying for that experience. So I was going to get that analogy. Like, so if you can do that within your business to give your clients a premium experience, you can then charge them premium pricing.
It's a whole fact, right? It's like, experience is so powerful because here's the thing. Experience in my mind is connected to like luxury, right? Luxury is how you make something feel. Quality is how something's made, right? Not mutually exclusive, but oftentimes people think that. A Honda is quality, right? It's not necessarily luxury, but it's quality. So people, you got to speak to people's like, ooh, that's going to make me feel good, right? People want to feel good. People want an experience. Like life is hard. They've been working all week. When they let their hair down or do something that they enjoy, they want something that can provide an experience, right? So when you go to the sporting events, you sit on the floor, it's experience. You sit in the box seats, it's a different experience than the nosebleeds, right? So in your business, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what your business is. You can take these components and say, how can I add a premium experience? And to Carter's point, technically, the service might be the same, right? But it has a luxury feel, right? The flight literally is getting there to the place at the same time, but them seats in the front, right? They're going to make some more profit off of them because of experience, right? All right, so number 3 is access, right? Access is a huge component of premium pricing. Now, let's go back to the world that a lot of you guys are familiar with, the world of intellectual property, okay? So if you sell a book, a physical book or ebook, it's going to be less than $100, right? 20, 30, 40 bucks. It's the same exact information, right, that the person created. They just packaged it up in a book format where you got to sit down and read it or listen to it. $20, right? $20, $40. Now let's take it a step further. You decide, they decide to put that information in a course. Well, now you get to see them. Now they talk. They had to put a little more effort into it, right? You got to pay a little bit more for that. Average course is going to cost you, depending upon who it is, anywhere from $200 to $4,000, right? Just depending upon the course that you're buying, right? Different level of access. Then you got group coaching. Okay, man, I actually get a chance to get this person in a virtual room. Man, that's going to cost you a few thousand at least, right? At least a few thousand, maybe a few more. If they listen to this podcast, they know how to charge premium pricing, right? But that's going to cost you more because now you actually get the person act live, right? Now, there's still other people in the room asking questions. It's not personalized just for you, but it is a much more a premium access than it is just buying a book. But then they offer one-on-one mentorship. Now, what you think that's going to cost, right? Now it's just you and coach. Carter, I was on his session last night. He just talked about a one-on-one mastermind session that he paid for. I'll let him tell you the price if he so desires, right? But for that one-on-one session, now granted, he's in the mastermind with other people, right? And that's one premium price. But to get another layer of access, it costs a little bit more, namely the price of, a little bit more. And here's the full circle moment. I'll let you chime in. More money and less time, because it goes back to speed. Because with that access, you can get somebody. It's likely that you're going to be able to get somebody there fast. Come on, if that ain't good. Is that good or is that good?
I mean, I don't think I even had to add nothing to it, man. But like that's everything, man. Like the closer the more access you want to somebody or something or a business, right? They're gonna charge more. So again, I just want to encourage you all to ask yourself in your business, how can you create layers of access to you and charge accordingly? That's why I think that like digital products is so amazing, because before this digital product world, most people, the only way they can get paid is to give people direct access to them, right? Give people direct access to them so they can get their information. Now, with digital products and course creation, we can say, hey, I know everybody can't afford, and I'm just give you my example, right? Like, I was like, all right, people who can't afford me just won't get the information, period. I'm sorry, because I'm not going to lower my prices and give everybody access because I'm going to burn myself out. But when you are able to create digital products, you can give the information out to people for a lot less with a restricted level of access. So I think everybody needs to take a moment in your business. How can you create layers of access to you for your clients? It could be some people pay you, they can see you once a year, they pay a certain price. Some people can see you once a quarter, they pay a certain price. Some people can see you every month and they pay a certain price, right? But the level of access should be correlated to your pricing, and you should absolutely charge more for the level of access to you, man. I think that business owners do that piece alone. They can just understand how to structure their business to make more money and give away less time.
It's a whole fact, because with that, to add just one last little piece to the access piece, guess what allows you to charge even more for that access? If there's an experience associated with that level of access, right? Mm-hmm. So Carter, for the VIP day that you pay for, isn't it happening like on a PJ or something like that?
Yeah. So again, it's all three components that we just talked about, right? So the promise is that number one, with the one-on-one coaching, I can get you whatever your goal is, four to 8 times faster than it would if I had the group coaching, right? So we get the time piece. That's what lured me in. The second, by the way, the coaching is going to take place on a private jet, which is me and you, and we can get the content and all that. So now I'm going to have not only the coaching, I'm going to have an experience with the coaching, right? And then last but not least, the level of access, right? I'm going to have direct one-on-one access with this coach to be able to get my personal questions answered and everything I want to know and everything I want to accomplish, right? So all these things considered, I pay a premium price. And it's crazy because literally what we're talking about is what made me say, oh, okay, that's worth it.
Right. So that's why, you wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Hey, look, that's true. I mean, I didn't.
Which rolls into the last one, which is a bonus, and it's status, right? It's unavoidable. Right? You can say what you want. You can think you're unplugged from the matrix. Everybody appreciates a level of status, right? And identity. It just is what it is. Now, the key is not to get exploited by it and to know where it falls in your life. But if you can add a level of status, or there's a status element to people being associated with working with you or being a part of your firm or your company, then that is another reason why people will buy the product, right? So for example, now let's say that, I'm trying to give you an analogy here. Let's say that like you had an event, right? You had an event and matter of fact, Cardi, you ran this play, right? You have an event, and then in the front, right, there's, let's say the back, there's just general admission, people who come to the event. In the front, there's, of course, the access component, right, because they paid, but they get a special experience. So then when they walk by all the other people, right, it's like, ooh, who are they? Why are they walking to the front? Why do they get to eat in that room? Why do they get invited to that status, right? So how can you create status? And matter of fact, I'm going to give you another example. So in my business, my firm, we give, actually, this is from Melanin Money Show. We got some special coming for y'all. But in my firm, right, my clients get Club Capital-wise, right, membership card. Now, here's the truth. You can't swipe this shit nowhere, right? I'm going to keep it a buck. But because they know the experience and the status that comes with that, and when we do have a client appreciation events, hey, you have your card with you? Oh, absolutely. And it got a little weight to it too. It's status, baby. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to understand, how can you add these elements into your business that don't really change the dynamic of the service, but it changes the dynamic of how people perceive the service, and ultimately they're willing to pay more. And here's the key. Last thing I'll say about this is you have to deliver, right? So me and Carter both have Amex Platinum cards, right? And it's not a cheap annual fee, right, to have the Amex Platinum, but they deliver on the experience and the status and everything that we talked about that comes from having access to that card. People, when you pull out that card at dinner, right? Now, granted, the circles we run in dinner, everybody got it. So it's about the same as a damn plastic debit card. Yeah. But in the not so typical circles and the ecosystems and the echo chamber that we created for ourselves, like, man, wait, you in the lounge? You get to eat and drink for free every time you go to the airport? Like, what's going on? Status. It's smart. Look, success leaves clues, guys. So I didn't make the rules. I didn't invent the rules. As much as I would like to take credit for them, I just studied the game. And I was able to, we were able to distill it down to these very simple frameworks so that you guys can now run the play on it. So instead of all the time we had to do just to like figure it out, now y'all got it in 30, 40-minute podcast. Y'all can run the play.
That part, man. I think that, if I would have knew this years ago, my business would have doubled, tripled, quadrupled in revenue. But I didn't have the information. But now you all have access to that information. So take those 4 keys. How can you implement all 4 of those tactics into your business today? Then you can increase your prices and watch your revenue double and watch your time working cut in half. So this is a blueprint strategy, how to double your revenue and work hard.
Absolutely. So let us know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. First and foremost, really quick housekeeping, supposed to do it on the back end. If you're watching this on YouTube first, comment on the drip, please. Let's get that out the way, first and foremost. But secondly, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It helps the algorithm and helps content like this that we're giving away for absolutely free, right? Helps it spread so that more people can benefit from it. Number 2, Let us know what you think about the episode, right? Because we get inspiration from what you guys want to hear from us. So let us know in the comments if you like this episode, if you want to hear more from us, right? And then last but not least, if you listened on Apple Music or Spotify, make sure that you subscribe on there and leave us a 5-star review. If it ain't 5-star, then shoot us a DM and we'll improve. Don't leave the review.
Right. That's
we don't
a
need
fact.
that negative energy in our life. It's 2023. Okay?
Don't need it.
Don't need it. But now we appreciate you guys. Let us know how you guys are working less and making more all 2023 long.
Let's get it. Peace.